I played a new video game that came out, but we can talk about that later. And a new cool news story that we can talk about after yours, David. What you doing?
This week was kind of a up and down week. So my week started out. I had to go to the dentist this week. First of all, I hate the dentist.
Everyone hates the dentist.
It's not like personal.
So they kill themselves.
It's not.
That's true. They do have a high rate of suicide.
I think it's like one of the highest, and it's not personal. Like I think dentists.
I hate you, dentist.
No, but it's just
monster.
Like I have an irrational fear of the dentist chair.
Rational.
No,
it's rational. It's definitely
rational. Well, no,
they come at you with weird tools in your mouth, man, and you're in a very a peculiar place, lights in your face.
So I had this argument last time I got a cleaning, and they used that clean like the drill. It's like the water.
It's really
high pitched. I'm like, so we've had this for like decades, this tool, and it's scary sounding. Yeah, it's right by my teeth, and it's just like rattles your teeth sometimes. Like
it's vibration in water.
Have we not invented some kind of new technology by now that replaces this
archaic? See, this is what
devil device.
When I go to the dentist, like there's everything. It's like the smell, the sounds, like the lights. Like it's all just bad.
The lights, normal.
No.
No, they put you in like a waterboarding position. They like tip you backwards. Like it's just it doesn't.
You're gonna be fine.
If they don't put that little straw right, you're dead.
You're just this close to torture. I'm telling you.
No, and it's just like the entire time. Like, and I just went for like a cleaning and an exam, which I've got to go unfortunately get more work done. Which is like, and he's like, "Is that okay?" And I'm like, no, "What am I?
Right.
Sure,
no."
Yeah. Like at the end,
that is not okay.
Like, because here's a picture of what you'll look like if we don't do it.
Right, and like now they've got such good cameras and stuff that they like show you the high res picture of your teeth. And you're like, listen, like I don't need to see the car accident, okay? Like,
yeah, mouths are gross.
Yeah, I got it. Right, just fix it. And then so after he's done, he first of all, like the whole time, I'm like, I turn into like rigor mortis. Like I turn into like a rock. Like I grab the way I do this, I clench both my fists. I actually grab right here. First of all, I've had earbuds and I crank it up as loud as it can.
Do you really?
Go. Oh,
I don't even do that.
I try to like turn into like what are those chambers that they put you in where you can't hear anything and
like sound deprivation chamber.
Yes, yeah, exactly. That's what I want. So I cross my legs and I push my feet up against each other and I'm pushing like I'm like Suzanne Summers in there with the freaking. I am like all of my muscles are tense.
I think my position is this.
Right, and you're
and
squeezing.
Like over, and you can't hear obviously on the audio, but like the right here and like I squeeze and that's when she knows like, oh, that hurts. You know, I'm like, well, I'm okay.
I'm like smacking her. Like, stop it, hey, knock it off.
Well, okay, so I've got that the whole time. I've got these earbuds cranked up, which they ask you questions, which is like, don't just get it done, like. As fast as you can do in the most sanely way possible. Just get it done. At the end of it, he's like, well, it's good, so your teeth are all clean. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, great. And he's like, oh. And I was like, well, excuse my lack of enthusiasm. Like, this is my personal hell. If I go to hell, I know exactly what it is. It's literally me strapped to a chair for eternity and just someone drill. And like, here's the other thing. So I get up. Right? And he's like, you do your mouth. Again, very good dentist. I actually like the dentist. He was like my age, which was kind of...
My dentist looks like Rex Ryan.
Really?
Yeah.
No, this guy was like, I think he was even younger than me, which was kind of like
it is
slightly
weird when
unsettling.
you start getting older than the people who are taking care of you.
Well, do you know why they're young, David? Because they kill themselves.
No. So anyways, he's like, over, clean your mouth up with the mouthwash, spit it out over there. I was like, okay. So I do that and I turn and like they didn't clean up like the murder scene behind me, like all of like the tools.
On a napkin?
Yeah, and it's just like, come on, man. Like I don't need to see the Dexter, like, come on, man. Like it's not.
This is the kill room.
Exactly. I'm like, clean it up, man. But I just, it's not, and I even told him at the beginning, I was like, I have a total irrational fear of dentists. Like, it's nothing personal. I'm sure you're going to do a great job, and I'm positive you are, because I just said it.
Yeah, please do.
But just understand.
Put your fingers in my mouth.
Right. I am at an 11. No matter what you do, if you turn on the TV, I'm freaked out. Like, and it's completely irrational because, like, the whole time it didn't hurt. You know what I mean? And like, I've had bad experiences with dentists, but that's not. I've had good experiences. But it's just terrible. I hate the entire time I'm there.
I hate it too.
It's the worst.
Do you hate the lecture? Do you get the lecture?
No,
I get lectured.
Well, I don't mind a funny story about that. So a period of time I didn't go to the dentist. I think it was like a 2 or 3 year period, which is bad. Everybody out there, go to the dentist seriously because
every 6 months. Get your
seriously because like it pays. Like it trust me, you will pay for it much later on. Anyways, so my wife at the time she was my girlfriend set up a dentist appointment with. This dentistry place. Dentistry. It's a dentist. I don't know why what is it called? A dentistry office?
I think so.
Dentist's office?
Dentist's office. So I had never been there, and I guess she told him because she knew I had this irrational fear.
Dentistry.
Yeah. She knew I had this irrational fear. So when she called and made the appointment, she's like, hey, like he's really scared of the dentist.
Like, no masks. Really. Seriously. Don't show up in a mask.
So when I get there, like the whole time they're like handling me with kid gloves. They're like, "Hi, how are you? You okay? Do you need like something for your eyes, like to cover it? You okay?" And I'm like,
how many choices of different candy did you get at the end, or the toys?
Which
right?
is sadistic to offer them candy at the end. What the hell's wrong?
Not candy.
with you?
That's doctors. They do little toys and stickers.
No.
And crap
Did
at
you
their
guys
desk, right?
get the? I got the. They have the different flavors and like all the flavors. They're like, "Do you want cinnamon sugar flavor?" I was like, "No, just go with mint." Why? Why do I want like pina colada? Like, no, that sounds disgusting.
I always got the grape. The grape's pretty good.
Yeah,
Grape's the standard.
Just go with. I want toothpaste flavor because that's what I put in my mouth when I'm cleaning it. I don't need anything crazy.
Ew, you know when they clean your teeth and like they rinse it out and then like, can you check it? It's like grainy, like it's like
Yeah.
sand. Oh, I hate that
They
feeling.
use
Yeah,
like super thick toothpaste.
Well, this is what I don't understand. I mean, obviously technology. We've got the vibrating toothbrushes and everything. I don't understand why we don't have something like a mouth guard that we literally just stick it in our mouth, and it does. Yeah, it does everything, and then we take it out. I don't why is that not allowed?
That's your $1 million idea, bro.
No, but I mean seriously, like, I mean, we have like everything
Or
else.
just heat up and like melt off the plaque. Do we not know?
Jesus.
Do we
Self-clean.
not know the melting point of plaque? Can we not figure this out? I mean, our teeth are
Just
pretty
strips
hard.
off a layer
They're
of your
using
plaque
metal
enamel.
things to scrape at it, and they're fine.
Oh, by the way, he's like got his foot on the chair. He's like yanking stuff out of my mouth. I'm just like, dude, if it's that hard, just leave it. Like at this point, it's clearly it's
Right.
helping.
That's the tooth, bro. That's the tooth.
It's not coming out.
But yeah, I had to get my wisdom teeth pulled, which I've known like they were impacted, and I got to get them removed, and it's just
Dude, me and you both, man.
it's just the worst.
Oh, mine screwed up my bottom teeth because they were impacted and they pushed them all together.
I just remember when you got it, you had the big
Yeah,
chipmunk.
big chipmunk teeth. What did I look like? Jiminy Glick. That's who I look like.
Wow, that's a blast from the past, Jiminy Glick. Anyway, so
I was told.
Did
a
you
cool
go
thing.
to the dentist?
that's actually pretty good, man.
My dentist told me that I produce a lot of saliva.
There you
I'm
go.
a bleeder.
that is
Every
probably-
time I'm a bleeder.
Oh,
That's
really?
what she says.
She said that's probably why I don't get cavities, though. She said because it keeps my mouth fresh.
Yeah,
Because
that's
I'm like,
true.
well, I drool a lot.
So that helps.
Double-edged sword there, buddy. So anyways, after I got done with the dentist, I did a couple things this week. One was I watched the first episode of the new Netflix series, Luke Cage.
So wanted to do that.
It premiered on September
30th.
We had a bet. Jordan thought it was the 29th.
I won
swear,
20 bucks.
I read
Easy.
in Netflix that it said 29th. I'm suing them.
Did you,
$20.
neither of you have watched it? Just
No,
yet?
not yet.
Okay.
I'm not gonna have time probably till next week.
Very good. Bad guy in it. Awesome. He's Remy Denton in House of Cards.
Yeah.
Excellent. Like really cool bad
What's
guy.
his power?
The power to beat up people and be a crime boss.
Oh, okay.
Which
Kingpin.
So him versus Kingpin.
Good. I haven't seen enough, obviously, but I like his character. And I like the setting. I like that they've included like this whole. There's like a music plays a big part in it. The Harlem thing. I love that. Like, there's a scene with the bad guy where he's like playing a piano in the very first episode, and it's just like so unsettling, but also like cool. You know, you're a bad guy to be cool. Like, it's better when the bad guy's like super cool and like brutal.
That was what's wrong with Kingpin in the Daredevil one, so I didn't think he was cool at all.
No, he was
like a-
sadistic.
Well, that's the point.
He's like
can
a
go
baby. I was like,
you look like a giant baby.
This kind of look like a giant baby. But they you know what the thing about the Marvel on Netflix, they do that thing where they're like they have to show that it's in the universe, so they have like they make a reference that it's in the larger scheme.
Hey, if you're from the Hell's Kitchen place with that one devil guy,
Right,
Yeah,
they do little things like that, which is like, oh, they said it.
I watch Shield and they be like, you signed the Accords. I'm just like,
Right, so they do that, and then they do a couple things that are like little nods to people who know like the comic book and the fans, and it's just like it's done in such a way that it's perfect, but it's also like cheesy. Like it's perfect. Like I can't explain it because like they like in the first episode, this isn't a big spoiler, but someone makes a reference to him being Power Man, which is like it's cute. It's like, oh man, and like it's like, and first of all, the guy who plays Luke Cage is fantastic. He was great in Jessica Jones. It seems like it's kind of weird how they're setting it up. It seems like I'm a little confused on the timeline, and that's okay because I'm not worried about it. They'll explain it, but I don't know where it is in the timeline. Maybe
after Jessica Jones. He moved from Hell's Kitchen to Harlem, I thought.
Rosario
Dawson is in here, so I assume.
There's parts of it that make me feel like there's a lot of like flashbacks and not prequel. It's definitely not a prequel, but like how far along has it been since the Jessica Jones stuff, and like how much has occurred in between that? Because the Daredevil thing, again, I'm not worried about it, but The cinematography is great. The shots in it are great.
It's supposed to be a callback to what are those movies called, like back in the 70s and stuff? The thing like Black Dynamite.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of that black exploitation action movies. I forget what it's called.
Yeah, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. It has a little bit of that, and it's. But it's really good. I think this is going to be, if not better,
supposed to be the best out of all of them right now.
I don't know
better
about
than Daredevil.
That's
better
my
than
point.
Daredevil.
The first episode,
it.
the ending of the first episode is just like awesome. They're getting.
I'll have to watch it.
It's really, really good. So far, I'm really excited about that. I also watched another new show. One we talked about again on our podcast was the Son of Zorn. I watched the second episode in the premiere.
Did you watch the first one too?
Yeah, the premiere, the pilot or whatever, and then I watched the second episode. It's okay.
All right.
Some of it is too it's cringy. Like, come on.
Well, it's not going to get signed up for a second season. I guarantee it.
You don't think so? I think the animation with live action thing is cool, but sometimes because that it's hard for the actors, right? And sometimes you can tell like the timing is just off like a fraction of a second. And also,
they're like looking at the character, quote unquote,
Yeah.
and they're really looking at a wall, and it's kind of weird.
it sometimes comes off a little weird, but Jason Sudeikis does a good job, and like there are some like laugh out loud moments where it's like that's funny. Like they're definitely playing on the tropes of like all the stuff we grew up with, like 80s cartoon superheroes, and that's fine and all. Sometimes it's like raunchy, and it's like kind of misplaced raunchiness. Like there's a joke about his ex-wife has a tattoo on her butt that says Z on one cheek and RN on another. Right.
Yeah.
Right. And like that's funny. And then they like keep going back to that well, and it's just like it's
butthole.
yeah, exactly.
Right.
It's
We get it.
We
Beavis
get
and
it.
Butthead style.
Yeah, and it's just like either they need to keep going back to it so much that it's like, oh my god, this is hilarious, or just like stop. And they unfortunately find the balance that
They don't find a balance.
exactly. So I would say it's worth checking out, but I think I said it was a view it when we were reviewing it. It's definitely like at this point it's a screw it. I gave it 2 episodes and it just didn't. I don't know.
That's fair. In
Yeah.
the world of all the TV that we have now, that's fair.
Yeah. So those are all the things I did this week. Of course, good, bad, and indifferent, I think is how that went. Or bad, good, indifferent. Anyways, let's move on. You've got a couple things we want to talk about this week. What do you want to
review, David, or do you want to do? Let's do the review because
Sure.
we get review. The other thing review.
Yeah, story
All
of
right,
the
cool.
century. Yeah. So we did a standard. We're going to do a standard review this week. Now Jordan unfortunately did not participate in
Because
this.
he doesn't play video games. Well, new video
I
games.
don't play video games. I have an Xbox One, and I use it for
Netflix
Plex.
and Plex. Yeah.
Hey, listen, got to find a way to use it. But this week we checked out the brand new Xbox One game.
Forza Horizon 3.